Hey everybody, it's your boy Jack here, and today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing this. Boom! The Comic Boxer subscription box for February 2019. I kept on saying March, and it's February. But yeah, besides that though, the Comic Boxer subscription box is a subscription box done by Stadium Comics. It is... in this box, you get about 5 to 7 different comics. As they say, it's normally about 5 to 6, with the 6th one sort of being tossed in there. You get a recap card, and they're all well packaged, baked, and boarded comics. Besides that, though, if you're interested at the end of the video checking out the Comic Boxer subscription box, I'll leave all the pricing and information down below in the description. Besides that, though, before we start and everything, I want to shout out last month's box and the 2 favorite comics that I had from last month. So let's dive into it. So firstly, boom, we got the Miles Morales Spider-Man. Obviously this is also a bit of a hype beast, but it's also a really, really good story. It's a hype beast because it's like, oh, just getting off the hype of the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, but like, ooh, my goodness, I have to admit this is a really good comic. It still feels like a Spider-Man type comic, but it feels like this character being so different and everything. I really like the story and the artwork, and I really like, personally for me when I was reading it, I'm like, wow, like they definitely changed like the Peter Parker character. It's like he's not Peter Parker in any way whatsoever, but like he's such a great character, and I really like that, and I support that. So yeah, I just really like it. Like I like how like they're grabbing this character, but they're still making him relatable. That's what I'm really trying to say here. Is that like, although he isn't Peter Parker, the whole essence of Spider-Man is sort of still there, but it's in a different way and in a different story and everything, and I support that. Besides that though, the other comic that I liked and everything was this one. Boom! The Web of Venom Carnage Born. Obviously this amazing variant edition cover, amazing, phenomenal, love it. Besides that though, what I really liked about it is like it has that like pop culture-esque type like story to it, but has a really good balance between like not making it like too pop culture or too like culty in a way, but it doesn't make it too venomy in a way. It doesn't really make the symbiote too much of a presence where like it just becomes stupid. And it has a really good balance, and that's what I really like about this comic. And to be honest, I really like, that's what I like about this comic. That's why I think it's awesome. And I'm definitely going to pick up issue number 2 because it set up this series really well. That's one other point that it's good at. But yeah, besides that, and my somewhat social awkwardness that is usually in these videos. Besides that though, before we get into the unboxing, I just wanted to like mention this. So basically, I've had this subscription box for about 1.5 years now, and there's minor like complaints and everything, and eventually down the line I sort of want to get a review about what I like and dislike about this box and everything around that. But that's not today's video. Basically what like I'm sort of trying to say now is I'm sort of thinking about possibly discontinuing this box on the channel, at least maybe temporarily or permanently, I'm not sure yet. Partially just because it's not doing as well as I would really expect or anything, because you gotta get those YouTube goals and stuff, but also I feel like I've gotten a lot of feedback from the community as well, and I feel like they are, like a lot of you have sort of felt that you've tried out this box, you don't really like this box, or you may not like seeing this box over and over again. And everything. So I sort of want to get feedback from you on whether or not I should continue getting this box and everything. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'll leave a card up here doing a poll. I'll leave down below. I'll leave the comment section open, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about whether or not I should continue doing this box, but also what kind of boxes you'd want to see on this channel, because I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Besides that though, sorry for the long intro and everything. Let's just dive into it. So we've taken the comics out of the box. Let's take a look about... so we've taken all the comics out of this month's box. Let's take a look and see what comics we got. So the first comic we have here is this one. Boom. Ooh. I was sort of wanting this comic and everything. I was thinking about getting it. I was, for a long time. But this looks like the Guardians of the Galaxy. issue number 1. Donny Cates helps write this and everything. You got like a bunch of people on here. You got what is it? Cosmic Ghost Rider, Nova, Groot, I think Silver Surfer. You got who else? You got what's his name? The one guy who's like the half horse person, and his name's Thor, or like he was Thor. I forget his name. I'm sorry. But you got like everybody on the cover. But this is Guardians of the Galaxy issue number 1, done by Donny Cates. He helped like write and stuff and do his thing. It's priced at $4.99 US, rated T plus 14. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. But yeah, oh, and it's Legacy issue number 151. So yeah, besides that though, this is obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy. It actually looks really interesting. I'm sort of excited to read this. I was going to get this, I forgot about it, and all that kind of stuff. Let's move forward to comic number 2. Boom! Ooh, so this is the, what is it? Comic number 2, this is I think this is like the Peter Parker Spider-Man. This isn't the Amazing Spider-Man, or maybe the Spectacular Spider-Man. It was one of the new ones that just came out. I remember everybody's like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Let's take a look though. So this is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. There's so many different ones of these. So this is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1, Legacy issue number 25. It is a variant edition comic and everything. Love this variant edition, to be honest. It's pretty awesome. It's got the little heart, Peter got his little heart in his hand and everything. That's pretty awesome. I like it though. Classic like Spider-Man and stuff. I support that. I like that. I like that it's a variant cover as well. Gotta have like one of those like really good like variant covers. So yeah, that is about it. There's no pricing or information. Sadly, no Canadian pricing too. RIP. But yeah, I do like the cover though. I like the fact that he's swinging through the streets and stuff. And he doesn't have like the iconic pose, which I'm no shame with. I like the new like weird stretched out yoga pose. But yeah, that's about it though. That's comic number 2. Moving forward, let's go to comic number 3. Let's take a look here. Boom. Ooh, so this is Conan the Barbarian. Ooh, look at that. Wow. Let's take a look. So this is Conan the Barbarian, issue number 1, Legacy issue number 276. It is done by Jason Aaron, Mahmoud A.S.R. and Matthew Wilson. Includes part 1 of an all-new Conan novella, and then it's priced at $4.99 US. But yeah, this is an interesting cover for sure. You got like a lot of those oranges going and stuff, but I like the choices of color. It has a good choice of color. Like I like you get a good idea of like the midground, the foreground, and the background, or whatever. Like the 3 different areas, like the front, the middle, and the back. I like that though. I don't know though, like besides that though, I have no idea. I haven't read Conan before. Your up and coming comic nerd here hasn't really read him yet, so I'm interested to read a bit about what this character is about. Besides that though, once again, there's only 5 comics in this month's box, so we're down to our final 2. So let's take a look at the next one here, comic number 4. Let's take a look. Boom. Ooh, I'm pretty sure this is a variant cover. And stuff. Because most of the time, Stadium does stuff with Archie, which I'm fine with, got no shame with, and I like their tribute covers. But yeah, let's take a look. This is Sabrina's Adventures on an exclusive Archie cover. This is issue number 700. It came out in November. Yeah. That's about it for now. Sorry, I don't know anything right now. I feel like I don't know anything. But yeah, let's take a look at the cover a little bit back. It's a basic cover, very basic, very simple. It's like the opposite of the Conan cover, to be honest. It's Very simple color palette, all that kind of stuff. It's approved by the Comic Code Authority, and yeah, that's about it. To be honest, I don't really read a lot of Archie's comics, but yeah, that's about it. That's all I know. Oh, and like, to be honest, I've sort of gotten out of like Riverdale and like Sabrina the Teenage Witch and stuff on Netflix. Like, I don't really watch that stuff anymore. So yeah, really no idea about Archie and stuff, but I'm excited to see that. Besides that though, let's go and move forward to our last comic here. Comic number 5. Let's take a look here. Boom! Ooh, this looks like a Captain Marvel cover. Ooh, this is all fancy. Look at that. You got like that like propaganda-esque like cover, sort of like similar to like a Captain America cover, but like it's Captain Marvel. So like you gotta marvel at Captain Marvel. You get what I'm saying? Let's take a further look back. So this is Captain Marvel issue number 1. No legacy issue here. It is rated T+14, rated for like priced at $4.99 US. And it's done by Kelly Thompson, Carmen Canero, and Tamara Bonvillain. Besides that though, something that's really cool about this cover is you got in the background here, which you guys probably already saw, you got like the original like Captain Marvels and stuff. You got Miss Marvel here, I believe, here and here. You got Carol Danvers. I don't know if there's another current iteration. Sorry. I don't know a lot about Captain Marvel besides the fact that there's a movie out that I should see. Sorry for my uneducatedness. But yeah, interesting cover. I like it. It's simple. It's basic. And I'm sort of excited to read it, just like to know a bit more about Captain Marvel, because like all I really know about Captain Marvel is whatever the Marvel movie's been trying to not spoil / spoil, and to be honest, I haven't seen Captain Marvel yet. Planning on seeing it, so it's sort of good to at least get a bit of a refresher and stuff about who this character is. So we've unboxed all the comics in this month's subscription box, and to be honest, I like the comics for sure, but I really wanted a bit more of a variety. You know, what I'm trying to say is like, I feel like a lot of the comics lately have just been Marvel based, and it's not like I don't like Marvel. I wish there were more DC comics and everything, or even like other like varieties of different comics and stuff. And like, as I really do like these comics, it's just I feel that lately there hasn't been as much variety. It's just been purely one publisher. To be honest though too, that's not really like, I wouldn't say it's fully a Stadium Comics issue. It just DC hasn't really been taking a lot of risks with newer series and stuff. They sort of just have continued on the series that have been selling well. So yeah, like I can't really throw a lot of shade towards Stadium just because it's also a DC issue or like other publishers' issues, but like mainly DC because that's like the one comic I'd want. But yeah, that's just my opinion on that. Like I just wish there was a bit more variety, just not just Marvel. But yeah, besides that though, we've unboxed all the comics. Let's take a look at the recap card here, which is on like fancy paper. It's like that fancy, like I need to send an important letter that needs to be like stamped in a fancy way. You know, that kind of paper. Besides that though, I'm going to read off the recap card and go through each and every comic. I'll let you know my thoughts after I read the description, and yeah, that's about it. Let's dive into the first comic here. So let's take a look at comic number 1 on the recap card, which is the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, issue number 1, by Tom Taylor and Juan Cabell. It's published by Marvel Comics, obviously, and the description reads, Spider-Man is the worst neighbor ever. There are always crazy villains and property damage and drama, and he catches the villains, and he tries to fix the damage, and he helps carry your groceries. And actually, that property damage keeps the rent down. You know what? Spider-Man is the best neighbor ever. And this book will give you a closer look at Spider-Man and Peter Parker's neighborhood than any book ever. It won't be a Spider-Man adventure without a threat that could destroy not only Spider-Man, but all of his neighbors. So that's the description and everything, and to be honest, like, it does sound like a really good comic and everything, like a typical Batman, or a typical Spider-Man comic, but to be honest, like, for me, I'm reading a lot of, like, Spider-Man comics right now, i.e., the Miles Morales comic, the Amazing Spider-Man series, which is, like, really, really good. Like, I'm just getting past the first trade, and, like, ooh, it's getting good. I like it. And I feel like, although this is like a really good premise and everything, really interesting, I feel that like I'm so Spider-Man out at this point, or like a little bit, that I just need a bit of a break. And like, yeah, like I get that, like why they put this in this box, just because the last month was Spider-Man, this month could be Spider-Man, maybe next month's going to be Spider-Man, but to be honest, I sort of feel like maybe a bit Spider-Man out at this point. So yeah, that's just my opinion about that. It does look like an interesting comic though, interesting premise, but like, yeah. Moving forward, let's go to comic number 2. It is Guardians of the Galaxy #1 by Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw. It's published by Marvel Comics. And now let me pull up the comic cover on screen while I read the description. And the description reads, "Who will stand? The universe is on fire, hundreds of worlds are at war. Never has there been such hatred and division across the cosmos. And in spite of all this, Thanos of Titan is still dead. Or is he? Now more than ever, the cosmos needs the Guardians of the Galaxy. But in the aftermath of Infinity Wars, who is left to answer the call? Featuring every cosmic superhero known in the universe by the Thanos Wins creative team of Donny Cates and Jeff Shaw." So, when it comes to the Guardians of the Galaxy, I remember seeing this and being like, ooh, this actually looks interesting. And it still does. Like, one of the main reasons that caught my eye was the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and I really, really like that series and everything. It's a really great series. I highly recommend to read it. Just really well done. It has good humor in it too. But that's one of the things that caught my eye. Cosmic Ghost Rider, amazing character. So I'm sort of hoping that like this is a really good team up comic and everything. Honestly though, I haven't read any of the Infinity Wars comics and everything, so I really don't know like the aftermath or anything like that. So I'm sort of going in with like a blind eye kind of thing. So yeah, I'm down to read this, knowing a bit about the comic and everything. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about it. I'm just sort of excited to read it because like I just sort of recognize it. I remember reading an article about it, but yeah. I'm excited too that Donny Cates is on it too, because like I like him as a writer in Marvel. So moving forward, we have the third comic here on the recap card, and that's Conan the Barbarian issue #1. It's by Jason Aaron and Mahmoud Assar, and is published by Marvel Comics. Let me pull up the comic cover on screen while I read the description. So the description reads, by Chrome, the greatest sword and sorcery hero returns to Marvel. From an age undreamed, hither came Conan the Cimmerian, black-haired, sullen-eyed, sword in hand, a thief, a reaver, a slayer, with gigantic melancholies and a gigantic mirth. To treat the jeweled throne of Earth under his sandaled feet, Robert E. Howard's creation returns to comics. In an epic tale as only Marvel could bring you, Conan's travels have brought him to the far reaches of the unknown, from his birthplace in Cimmeria to the kingdom of Aquilonia, and all in between. As his fighting prowess allows him to carve his way through life, so too does it attract the forces of death. Whew, that's like a description and a half. Like, I have to admit, that's like a level 42, like me trying to like pronounce half of this stuff. No shade though. But like, yeah. Besides that though, this comic is like a thick comic. This is like a heavy comic. This is like although it's like a $4.99 parental advisory, this is like a good read. This it's a thick comic. And everything. Meaning that it has a lot of story. To be honest, I know nothing about Conan, the Barbarian. The only Conan I know is Conan O'Brien, and I like him. He's funny. But when it comes to this looks interesting. This looks like, in a way, a bit of an origin story, but also like a bit of like a good adventure and everything. And I feel like this could tie together a good sci-fi fantasy novel, like sci-fi fantasy comic, and everything. And probably my hopes with this series and with this first initial issue is it may, like, if it's gonna have to tackle a lot of information and everything, I just hope it sets up a really good premise for the upcoming series and issue. Because I feel like with bigger comics, they try to accomplish a lot in one comic and everything. And then when you get to like the end of the comic, it's like, wait, why should I pursue this comic? What with this ending or what with this story is gonna make me want to buy this next issue? Just saying. But yeah. That's my thoughts about the Conan the Barbarian comic. So yeah, that's comic number 3 for you. Moving forward to comic number 3, we have Captain Marvel issue number 1. It's done by Kelly Thompson and Carmen Canero, and it's published by Marvel Comics. Let me pop up the cover on screen while I read the description. So the description reads, as Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers has spent months in space protecting Earth from alien threats big and small. But now it's time for Earth's mightiest hero to come home. New York City has never looked so good, but every re-entry comes with the unexpected, and Carol is about to hit a whole lot of unexpected. It's a fresh start and oversized star-studded welcome home for a hero who's been punching the glass ceiling since the 1970s. And just in time for the first female-led Marvel Studios film. The next 50 years of Captain Marvel starts here. So that's it. To be honest, I don't really know what to expect with this. Like, the description itself, it seems like a good one-shot. Like, it sounds like this is just a one-shot issue. But, there's parts of it, too, that don't seem like that. And it's like, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like, I feel like a lot of this is going to be highlighting on, like, the different, the different characters who've sort of reigned the Captain Marvel-esque, I don't know. I feel like this is, like, a lot of this is, like, a promotional-heavy comic with, like, the whole, like, same thing with the Spider-Verse. With Captain Marvel coming out, they're just trying to make a comic and everything, trying to restart it, trying to get the comic, like, new people into the comic book community. So lastly but not least, let's take a look at comic number 5. Archie number 700. It's an exclusive comic, or exclusive Stadium Comics variant by Marco D'Alfonso. Let me pull up the comic on screen while I read the description. So the description reads, a brand new era of Archie begins in this landmark 700th issue of our flagship series. Join the new creative team of writer Nick Spencer from The Amazing Spider-Man and artist Margarita Savage from DC Bombshells as they take a wild trip to Riverdale and bring Archie, Betty, Veronica, Jughead, and the rest of the town along for the wild ride, complete with new mysteries, new relationships, and much more. Included here is the super rare Stadium Comics variant, which pays tribute to the Batman Adventures issue number 12, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. This sells for $19.99 online and only has 500 copies printed. So I have to admit, this is what I like about Stadium Comics is the fact that they have good exclusive variant covers and everything. Once again, sort of paying tribute to Batman. With a lot of the Archie comics and everything, they're paying tribute to a bigger moment and stuff in either Marvel or DC comics, and I like how they're sort of doing this. You can tell with the cover, it sort of has that like Batman-esque logo and stuff, like the Bat logo just behind the white Archie and everything, but instead it's Jughead eating a burger, classic. I have to admit, knowing that Nick Spencer is writing this and him writing The Amazing Spider-Man and like how amazing that is, I sort of have good faith in this comic that it's going to be like a good comic. Like, gotta give a thumbs up there just because like awesome. I'm just happy that I know the writer, really. And I sort of hope that like the whole like teenager like sort of relatability type aspect gets sort of transferred over from like the Amazing Spider-Man to this comic and stuff, because I feel like that's really what makes it, like partially what makes this writing so great. So yeah, and I really do like too the fact that like it obviously pays tribute to Harley Quinn. And yeah, and 500 copies, awesome. I like this. So we've unboxed and recapped all the comics in this month's subscription box, and to be honest, I've sort of been looking at all these comics and stuff, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I wouldn't say I love these comics. Like, I wouldn't, like, I like that we're getting the 2 variants and stuff. I do. I like the tribute cover and stuff, and, like, I like how it's limited to 500. But I feel like with these comics, and especially with Comic Boxer lately, like, I feel like it's just been so consistent and everything. Like, I want them to take a risk. I want to see different types of boxes and stuff, and different themes sort of with the boxes, like not just like the variety and having DC Comics. Like I'd want to see a whole box maybe attributed to Donny Cates, and they're all variant covers maybe, or a whole entire box of like of signed comics, or a whole entire box like say with Adam Gorgum, who's previously has had signed like comics in that box, like having those, like having Adam Gorgum sign comics that he's sort of been a part of and stuff, maybe from his first to his like most recent, that kind of thing. So it has a theme, and it has a like it has sort of like a uniqueness, but also like a hype beastness to it. And I just for me, that's what I want to see with this box. Like that's what I want with this box right now, is because I just feel like the with this format, with like the 2 exclusive covers and the 3 like other covers, I feel like it's just too consistent, and I want to see something change. I want to see this company do better with this subscription box, because I just feel right now it's like it's good. I like the monthly updates, but I want to see a risk taken there, like and stuff. Like, I would love to see, like, oh, like, with the Doomsday Clock series, like, say it's finishing up that month. Put in that final issue, put a variant cover of that final issue, and then put, I think it's, like, Jeff Johns and somebody else was writing it. Don't quote me. But get the 2 people who are writing there, or writing and drawing and stuff, put, like, and then put comics in there that are related to them. Or even, you could put in the like original Watchmen, or have like a draw where you have like the Watchmen trade in there, something like that. Something that just changes it up, that like it's not just this typical like monthly update type thing. Because I like them, like I like these comics as an update, but I just feel like I want to see something different with the comics and stuff. And I hope you get what I'm saying and everything. Just because, like, that's probably one of my biggest complaints with this box, is it's not trying to, like, hype people up about this box. But yeah, besides that, though, those were all the comics. That's my final thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shaq Skinner. Feel free to do the typical YouTube stuff, like the liking, the commenting, the subscribing. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below, and everything. And besides that, though, feel free to support the channel. You can do that via the description. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Shaq. You guys have a good night, and bye.